Hold up on that car wash there, boy. I said, hold up on that car wash. Before we do anything, I think we have to acknowledge what a special day today is. Today is a turning point in history, a day that nobody thought would ever happen. And I'm serious. This is a day that I thought I would never see in my lifetime. And I'm quite sure my children never thought they would see it in their lifetime. It's late for some, but it's just on time for others. I heard today, live from the President of the United States, that cancer has been cured. They have defeated cancer. The Biden administration has said that. I replayed the message 7 times to make sure that I heard it correctly. As much as I don't care for the administration, as much as I don't care for what that political party has done to my country, I have to say, after today, I feel a little bit better. I had no idea that they were that close to causing the world, the planet, to move in such a great direction. And so this drink is to the Biden administration, who came clean today and told everyone that they had defeated cancer. This is to you guys. All right. I'm Casey Kasem. Now on with the countdown.
Do you ever wonder what a Gen X thinks? Welcome to Gen X Talks.
Now, you see, it says the music's gone. But then there's this little thing here. If there's no music, why is there some? I don't understand. I think that's a flaw in the system. I think Ashley, who I love, Ashley, she's on staff here and she takes care of that. I think the music should go right to the end of the intro. And I think there should be a lot less of Josh Maddox. For some reason, that boy's in there way more screen time than I've got. No, I'm very vain about things like that. Very upsetting. Of course, I can't say that out loud. I got to remain quiet and humble and subdued, so I shall. All right. So, oh, good God. All right. She's already talking. Here's my wife. Microphone's on. What?
Mrs. Ford said, check your
Sorry.
volume.
Give it to you. It's just really quiet right there. Main microphone says it's on. It's up in the yellows and red. We can't hear my wife at all because she talks like this. Can't hear when my wife says something. You turn on her microphone. She doesn't talk. That's what my wife. She got something to say. My wife's got to be bold and concise. She can't whisper. All right. It says everything's in the red, Mrs. Ford. I don't know how to make it any more than that. It's in the red. It's in the red. It's all the way up here. It's in there. It's yellow red. It's almost borderline on distorting. Hey, Mrs. Ford, let's try something. Turn up the volume on your end. How about that? Let's try that, okay? Instead of making the entire country pull their gain all the way to plus 19, let's go ahead and take yours off the basement. Let's pull your volume up off of, 3. Let's live tonight, Mrs. 4. Let's go to volume 4 on your end. Let's see if you can hear stuff, all right? I was going to say something. I had an intro prepared. Oh, yeah. So let's start again. Live from occupied California, it's KGXT Studios. It is the Gen X Talks live stream. Welcome to the Legion of Extras. Welcome to the Bottom of the Glass Nation. Don't make me drink alone. I'll do it. I've done it before, but it's not my preference. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. So we got the new sheets going on over here. For those of you who are new, for those of you that don't know, I have another monitor over here to my left, your right. And what that does is it lets me read the comments that I don't normally read. Remember, if I'm talking up here, I can't read what's going on there. So my lovely bride is between the sheets, which is the best place to have her, as you might have noticed. And she'll be copying and pasting anything that's worth reading, anything that I miss, and she'll put it in the sheets. I'll glance over. We can continue on like I never missed a beat, and that's important. Shane Leroux, greetings from Newfoundland, Canada. Thanks, Shane, for stopping by. Appreciate you, buddy. Captain Tom, hello from Guam. Someone I'd like a phone number for. I want to talk to somebody in Guam desperately. No, it's a serious thing I do. All right. Werewolf says gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. Columbus, Mike Larry, Michigan Woodsman, Beck, Joe S., and I don't know, Beck in Texas? Beck in Texas. You 5 can now peek behind the curtain in the YouTube community section of Gen X Talks when you wish. Look backwards a couple years, see all the stuff you missed. It's all there. All right, just a tip. Don't worry if you can't find those pants. It'll be our little secret. If you aren't wearing pants behind that desk, the Disney kid. Callie Cat is listening today. Callie Cat says, hi, handsome. To the general, that means that now someone has referred to me as handsome. We can begin the show. That's important. Jennifer Whitehead. Hello, handsome. How are you tonight? We are 2 for 2, 1 more, and that's a triple double. All right, look. I think in all fairness, we should get some of the big stuff out of the way first. Shouldn't we? There's no jar. All right. That's my first thing. My first problem is there's no jar. Let's see if I can find the jar. It looks like the jar is here. Is the jar back? Is there a jar? Come on now. There it is. Say it with me. The jar. All right. And there's stuff in there, but that was from before. So now you got to open this page back up here. Boom, boom, boom. And you got to go over here. And you got to find Streamlabs. You got to press the button. Pong. Button is pressed. Minimize the screen. The jar is empty. And now we begin. All right. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. And I know everybody wants to get drunk and they want to solve the mysteries of the universe. And what better place to do it than right here with Gen X Talks? However, I think there's more important things to discuss. I think there's more pressing business out there. And some of it would have to do with if any of you listen to the audio podcast that my wife and I do, drops every Friday morning, you know that some of my best ideas come in the shower. Oh, yeah. Some of my best work is done in the shower, lathered up with hot, steamy water. It's true. It's just, every week, it seems to be the same thing. I come to you with ideas and go, hey, this last week, here's what I did. Here's what I thought. Here's what I said. Most of them are stupid, and my wife tells me so. I can come with 30 ideas. She goes, none of them are any good. However, I have 2 great ones. I'm going to save one for the podcast. Yeah. I'm going to save one for the audio podcast. But this one is brilliant. Now, I know there's a chance that you guys could steal this idea. I know there's somebody out there who's clever. I know there's people watching this program with a pen in their hand over some paper going, oh, go ahead. I won't tell anybody. Go ahead. Say it. Say it. And then I'm going to write it down, or they're going to write it down. I'm going to say it. They're going to write it down, and they're going to steal it. But isn't this like a proof of copyright or something? Doesn't it count? I believe it does. Okay. So there are two movie ideas, and one I'm not going to share, but one I am. And I'll make it brief, because as you all know, I'm not very long-winded. This won't take more than a second. We'll all be fine. Okay. Hey, you know what, sweetheart, you can do for me? Take that little controller and go back up there and turn that thing back down where it was. Appreciate you. All right. So I want to give you a little background on this first. Please don't judge me on how my mind wanders, okay? I don't think that's the point of the story. I think it's really important we stick to the matter at hand. Now, I started watching a new TV series, and I want you to see it through the binge watching stuff. It's got 2 seasons. I'm not going to tell you the name of it, so I don't fuck it up for you guys. But it's about a game warden. And if you guys have ever seen Justified with Raylan Givens, the character Raylan Givens, this guy is kind of a short, dorky Raylan Givens. And as far as I'm concerned, there's way too much building of the story on each episode. Even there's episodes I've never seen. As I'm watching them for the first time, I'm clicking through some of this going, come on, and I don't feel like I've missed anything. Just in case the producers of the show are watching. Okay. But I've watched one full season now, 10 episodes. It's all about a game warden. It's all about a small town. It's all about him trying to fit into this small town and solve a crime. It's the typical stuff. You got the really rich people in town, the poor people in town. You got drug addicts in town. It's all the stuff you've always seen. It's pretty well written. But let me get to the point. In the beginning, they do a pretty good job hooking you on someone killed someone and someone's dead and there's animals dying and someone's doing it and it's weird. And you're like, okay, that's interesting. I'm going to go with that. The very end of the first season, most of it gets solved. Or almost all of it gets solved. It was like, okay, we wrapped that whole thing up very nicely. So you would think, what's the problem? How did this spark an idea? It was the first episode. There's just one scene on the side of a mountain, pine trees and everything, and there's several men confronting several men, and there's a dude and a guy, and the guy's just pointing the gun and the arrow and saying a few words, and hanging on the screen, right about this big, is like a crystal ball from remember Starlight, the roller rink in the middle of hanging there in the trees, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is taking a weird turn. That's like a UFO. So I backed it up, I rewound it, I looked at it again. Right there hanging there was this crystal, huge. No one's acknowledging that it's there in the show. No one's even looking at it. Everyone's just walking around like it's not even there. And they show it for a long time. And I'm like, okay, is that floating there? Is that hanging there? Is that a UFO? There's something going on, supernatural. So I'm thinking, this is episode 1. The story's going to take a turn. They never talk about it in the episode. No, none of the characters ever acknowledge it. And we got all the way to the end of the season, no one ever said shit. And there wasn't anything left unexplained where you're like, well, I wonder how that happened. Oh, the UFO. That's it. This is unexplained and no one knows. Must be the UFO I saw in episode 1. Not true. I have no idea what this thing was. I'm telling you, it was there. I didn't just make this up. I don't get it. It was only in there for 20 seconds or something. Out of all 10 episodes, they never talked about it again, but it was there. So, I'm grappling with that. As you might imagine, that's the thing that keeps a fella up at night. I mean, there's a lot of important stuff going on in the world. Nothing more important than why did Hollywood put a UFO in the mountains of Wyoming and then not discuss it again? So theories can abound. But to get to the bottom of this particular mystery and to be able to unfold the story in which I'm about to tell you, which has to do with my daydream, which has to do with my movie idea, I need to be properly motivated, as do you. Now, I'm going to drink and tell a bunch of lies. You're going to drink and believe them. This is a very symbiotic relationship. You don't do your part, I just look like an asshole. We can't have that. So do your part. Drink. No, it's like the 11th commandment. There just wasn't enough to. That was going to be the 11th commandment, and was, thou shalt drink with the general. There, listen, that was the. I'm trying to tell you how this works out. Quit laughing at me. The 11th commandment, clearly, it was thou shalt drink with the general. There wasn't enough room on the stone tablets. I mean, you can only fit so much stuff when you're carving in stone. Well, get a bigger tablet. Okay. How much can Moses carry down? 2 tablets was a lot for him to carry down there anyway. Okay, I'm not going to get a bigger tablet. You know, he comes down there with 1 tablet here, and the second tablet's this big, and everyone's like, why'd you have that? It couldn't fit the general's commandment on here, so I had to get a bigger stone and start over. It's why I was gone so long, too. I mean, we could go into the profound biblical aspects of this show. Everything's written clearly in Mark chapter 17 in the New Testament. If you're not clear on that, at intermission, just grab your Bible, turn to Mark chapter 17. You can start reading. You'll get it. Okay? It's all laid out there for you. All right. So anyway, back to the story that I'm trying to unfold. So with that in mind, you know, I'm trying to explore all the possibilities on why that thing was in the first episode and not explained. All right. The first thing that came to mind, the most logical thing that my brain conceived of was, I was the only one who could see it. You with me? How many people hung up? Hello? Can you hear me in the back? Listen, maybe I'm the only one that could see it. Maybe if you watch it, it won't be there. Now that led to an even bigger discovery deep inside the concaves of my imagination. Maybe I was unlocking something here. Now, even if this isn't a true story, because it's true, it's a story, maybe it would just be good for a movie, which is bringing us full circle back to where we started. Glad you're on board with me. Let's have a drink and talk about the movie. Okay. What if there's a guy who falls down and bumps his Wookiee and all of a sudden has a superpower, and he can see things in movies that happened in the past at the filming location? Let me expand or expound, or I could expound on expanding, which is a double entendre on the word. So, what if there's a film, you know, some live footage of World War II? You know, there was some places where they had cameras and this, and the guy, you watch all the regular footage and you see it 100 times. We've all seen World War II footage over and over and over. D-Day, storming the beaches at Normandy and Utah Beach, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden this guy's watching it and going, I didn't know there was a dude running around in a bright red uniform on the beach there. I've never seen that before. Nobody had. Because the only person who knows were the people that were there, and they're dead, or the cameraman, he's dead too. It's an age thing. But it really happened. It was really filmed on the camera. Nobody saw it, but I could see it. Or this guy, remember, bumped his Wookiee. What if he could go to some real footage of the JFK assassination and see things on the film that really happened that nobody else can see? You could see, so, well, what about that guy right there? And 6 people going, what guy right where? We don't see anything. No, there's a dude standing right there with a gun. I can see it. In the back up the Zapruder film again, right there. 6 other people in the room can't see it, but this guy can. He sees things in history that happened on film that nobody else has ever seen. He's the only one that can see it. The film recorded it, but nobody else can see it. How we doing? You with me? Good. Glad you're coming along. All right. So then a guy tests him and says, well, here's some footage of something here. And you're like, I don't see anything there. Turns out that was CGI. It wasn't film really taken on location. You didn't see anything. You couldn't see anything. It was CGI. It was computer generated. It was made up. So they're testing the guys like, I don't see anything there. I don't see anything else because it wasn't real. But if there's real footage of a real event at a real time, this guy can now look at this history and see things that have never been seen before. Come on, this is gold. This is absolutely golden I'm giving you. There's a dude in Hollywood right now going, fucking hey, this dude just saved my career. I'm writing this shit down. I ain't giving him no credit, but fuck it, I'm in. They're going to call their agent tonight and go, I have a script idea. I want to meet with MGM execs tomorrow morning. Write this down, because when this comes out, you're going to all go, holy shit, we were there that night. And that's not even the best of the two movie ideas. Oh, no, I'm not even giving you the best one. The best one I'm saving for the audio podcast Friday morning. True story. So someone put up the link, because I'm going to lead with that. See, right now, my wife is over here. She's not on microphone. She's just shaking her head going, you're an idiot. But none of you can hear that because I got her mic off, and she's over there, not on camera. But on Friday morning, when you guys hear the audio podcast, she has her headset, she's got her mic, and she's right there. Every time I say something, she goes, you're a moron. That's the dumbest idea you've ever. She literally will tell her, her version of the truth. She got her version of the truth, and I got the actual truth. And that's the way we live our life. But we're comfortable with that. Leave us alone. So anyway, don't steal my idea. I'm still working on that. But that's just the premise of it. And you got to tell me that's an original idea, is it not? I told you guys the greatest ideas come to my head when I'm in the shower, drawing in soap on the glass. I come up with the coolest stuff ever. I'm telling you, my hot, steamy shower with those glass that I can draw on, that's my DeLorean. That's my time machine. That's how I get to the good stuff, right there. Every time. And then my wife comes in and erases it. She comes in, you're riding in soap again all over the fucking shower. Knock that shit off. She just doesn't appreciate creative genius. Well, what do you expect? Chicks, man. Chicks. Drink another one. Here we go. All right, Leslie Mathis. She says, I'm here, handsome. That's 3. Good to see you live, baby. Thank you so much, Leslie. It's been a while since you've been around. I'm so glad you're back. Doc McFly. Studio looks really good. Are you going to have cameras switch back and forth from this and a wide shot? I could, and this will put my wife on screen, but from very far away, so she can't bitch at me. That's what it looks like right now. Now, do you notice the big ladder? Because I didn't expect you guys to be here. We started doing some more little construction stuff today. So, hey, look at me over here, the big guy in the corner. Yay, me. All right, now we're back. No, but I don't have anything automatically switching. I just got to fat finger it as I go. Lionheart, $1.99. Who's working the red light tonight? The red light is on. The light is green. The trap is clean. Nobody can come in here. We are inside the red light district. Yes, outside the studio, there is a red light. It's one of those. It's the gymnasium school lights with the bars around it. So if you throw a basketball at it, it won't break. Yeah, it's one of those. Looks really cool. But Lionheart dropped in $1.99 and doesn't know who the $2 whore is. And the $2 whore tonight is sucking a red lollipop. So anytime you guys donate $2, $3, $4, the face will fall in there. You can enlarge it, figure out who it is. Someone from the bottom of the glass nation, one of you guys, she's an extra, been around since the dawn of time. Everybody knows her. Everybody loves her. You guys know who she is. We're not hiding it from you. Just figure it out. All right. Jeff Sehe. God, we got to get that name right. He put in some beers for me to keep drinking. Thank you very much. Dropped in $5. Turned my whole screen teal. Jeff, thank you very much. Mrs. Fort Watton, $10 for the barbecue liquor bill. Yes, we are going to need to keep funding that barbecue liquor bill because Sun Valley Fox is going to be here. And you know he's not paying for his own drinks. You know he's just going to sit there with his arms folded in a chair. We have 7 chairs at the barbecue because we're going to film some of it. Remember, we're going to go live. We're going to do a couple of that. So the barbecue is, Two Bear said he'd work the grill. I have to be on this side of the grill with Two Bear being charming and wonderful and handsome. And then we have 7 chairs that 7 of you are going to be rotating cameras on, rotating the cameras on who we're doing it. Group shots we won't do. But in the middle is going to be the Sun Valley Fox, grumpy until he gets his way. So, of course, we have to have an alcohol fund. Otherwise, you get $2 a drink, $5 a drink, 10 cents a drink. The dude will not... I don't know him this well. I'm not that intimate with my brother-in-law. I thank God I'm not. But I've heard tell the dude is so cheap. He once sat down on a couch, and the couch had change on it, and he sat on it, and he counted up the change with his ass. That's what I heard. I'm not saying that's true, but that would go along with something else that he is so tight, he picked up a dime off the sidewalk with his ass one time. I'm just saying, this is what I heard. I have no personal knowledge of this, no pictures. I'm just saying. But when you hear it from one person, then a second person, then a third, it's one of those stories of where there's smoke, there's fire. Now he's sitting there in his chair, out in the middle of Nevada. I guarantee his wife is sitting next to him drinking, going, that's exactly, yeah. Oh no, honey, I'm not agreeing with him. And as soon as he turns his head, she's going, yeah. So there we go. All right. So liquor fun. Laura, $2. Who's the $2 whore? Well, Laura, you have to figure out who the $2 whore is tonight. Disney Kid, $2 looks like a pinup angel in the jar, and she is. Hogs 14, Boss Hogs General, what's your all-time favorite movie? It rotates. I get a lot of that. What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite band? What's your favorite song? I don't know. I mean, I could give you top 10 bands. I can give you probably top 25 songs of all time. I can give you top 10 movies. But it depends, and this is a lot of Generation Next too. It depends on what mood we're in, isn't it? Isn't that how it goes? That you move stuff around the board like that, that it's... You could be in a mood of, I've watched Reservoir Dogs 3 days in a row. Tombstone is one of my top movies of all time. I can watch Tombstone anytime it's on. When I'm scrolling through the channels, boom, I stop there. At night, I'm a World War II guy, so I'm watching World War II stuff. And if I'm really kind of having trouble sleeping, the Battle of Midway. The 1975 with Charlton Heston and the newer version with Woody Harrelson. I'm a fan of both. I like them both. I'm telling you, I can watch them both all night. And my wife makes fun of you. Oh, you're watching Midway again. So I'm a smart ass to her, and I always reply the same way. Well, I got to see who wins. It's important. It's a war going on. And I got to see who wins. You know, I got to watch it to the end because never mind. I'm not going to I have so many things I want to yell to you guys about her. I wrote them down. Oh, there's a list. And we only have time to touch on part of it tonight. All right. So, John Morgan, $5 whiskey fund to help to share the Gen X Talks wisdom. Thank you very much, John. I appreciate you. John dropping in $5, turn my whole screen teal. Carl Girard, our favorite Frenchman, dropped in $10. Screen turned yellow on me here. Barbecue Liquor Studio looks great. Love hanging with the bottom of the Glass Nation peeps. Hope you all are well. Remember, we are all soldiers at the Legion of X, and we live in the bottom of the Glass Nation. Don't forget that. When you guys chime in, especially when you chime in and your name's in green, you're falling in. Those are the ranks. And look at how many people show up. The ranks fill up. They do. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, the ranks fill up, and I'm proud to be part of you guys. I'm just a dumb jabroni. I'm just an extra just like you. I promise. You see any silver and gold on this uniform? You see any bars? No, you don't. Because shoulder to shoulder, we are all sitting on that road, hanging on those crosses, every one of us yelling, I am Spartacus. Nobody gets that reference. Really? That was a great story. I put that all together and ended it with all of us being equal, all of us being the same, all of us yelling Spartacus, and nobody got it? Kirk Douglas, that doesn't even ring a bell? God, Jesus Christ, am I fucking old? Except for the Sun Valley Fox. I do apologize. Sun Valley Fox says, not only do I get the reference, I was there. So, oh shit, am I going to have a lot to answer for when that dude shows up at my house next month. Oh, good Lord. Oh, okay. For those of you who know, that was funny. For anybody who got the joke, I know people are going to watch this over the next, 3 or 4 weeks, and we'll get 10,000 people strolling through this thing watching it on there, and there's going to be 4 people that actually got that reference. But trust me, if you don't know that reference, believe me when I tell you it was really fucking funny. Nothing better than laughing at your own jokes. I saw a guy once say that's how he wants to die. How do you want to die? Now, I had a lot of ways I thought about dying. I thought there were some spectacular ways to die. This guy just said he wanted to die laughing at one of his own jokes. Got that from some 8th century philosopher. Which they couldn't have had philosophy in the 8th century. They couldn't even spell. Spelling came, we couldn't have spelled in the 8th century. There's people in Kentucky that still can't spell. No offense to any of my loyal friends in Kentucky. I love you guys. Just fucking with you, okay? All right, where was I? Our favorite Frenchman, thank you very much for keeping it real. Gwen Tingle. Gwen Tingle writes, Cali Cat. is the $2 whore, and that's her guess. And she is right. Cali Cat. Disney Kids main squeeze on Saturday night is Cali Cat. I don't know his other girls by name, but I know her. So yeah, Cali Cat, give Gen X Mom the email. You win yourself a prize, and I'm not telling you what it is. John Morgan, didn't Mel Brooks reveal there were 15 commandments till Moses dropped the tablet when there was only 10? Yeah, Mel Brooks did that. The movie came down from 3 tablets, 15 commandments, and Moses says, "The Lord has given thee 15," and he dropped one. Broke one of the tablets. The 10 commandments. That's true. Mrs. Fort Watton, I hate it when I bump my... Mrs. Fort Watton, I hate it when I bump my Wookiee. Oh, why is it so much funnier when I picture her saying Oh, Jamie Lawson, plot twist. He was in a psychiatric hospital the whole time at the end. Don't tell me that. You just tell me the end of the fucking story? Okay, wait a second. I'm talking. I didn't even say what this was about or what show I was on, and I didn't give you any spoilers. I just kind of told you that some vague stuff about it. And then not only is this guy James Lawson dumb enough to tell me what the spoiler was for the whole thing and ruin the second series for me, my wife posted it. She copied and posted it over here. You wrote it in the sheets, and now you just erased it from the sheets, and now, okay. Then back it up. Back up your stuff. Back up Mrs. Right there. Read it under Mrs. 4. What does it say?
Plot twist.
Yeah, who wrote it?
Jamie Lawson.
Yeah, and why did you post that on here for me to know? You ruined it for me now.
How do you know was coming up?
He wrote this. He ruined it. She ruined it by posting it out. She should have skipped over it. She should have done that. She puts it on here. I read it. Now I'm fucked because of Jamie Lawson and her. And then as I'm chastising her, she erases it on what?
It was for your story that you were talking
How do you know? How did you're not ruining the story of the show with the little shiny ball float in the air? How do you know that someone didn't just give you the Game Warden series? I told you I was only done one with season 1.
He said just now, no, that was a good alternative idea for your movie.
Well, no one said that.
Well,
No one said that.
did you see it's in blue?
Yes.
It was regarding your...
But we were talking about the...
Don't you know the code?
We were talking about the series I was watching. Why wouldn't
the
that...
code.
I know the code, but you're not listening. You can't just put that up there because I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh my god.
You know what? Just don't sass me, woman.
You know what?
You keep on like this, you are this close to divorce court. This fucking close.
I can find it.
What do you mean you can find it? All right, I'm turning our mic back off. Okay, a couple things here.
The code.
If my wife keeps fucking with me on that level, there is no amount of alcohol that's going to save this show. That's one. Number 2, she's this close to divorce court, and I will find a woman younger, prettier, and dirtier than her tomorrow.
Good luck.
What?
Good luck.
You don't think I can? I'll find one tomorrow. Younger, prettier, and dirtier than you. I'm turning her mic back off again. All right. And the last thing is, I would never use, he woke up in a psych ward. Okay, I hate movies that do that he was in a coma the whole time. He was dreaming the whole time. He was in a psychiatric ward. I absolutely detest movies that end when you're waiting for some miracle explanation and the writers have to run to, time travel or memory loss or psychiatric hospital or coma. I hate that shit. If you're going to write a movie, you're going to put some shit down there, put it in a way that's just as gripping at the end as it was. Did you see Lost? Okay, I'm not doing that shit. All right? Okay. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I have to recenter myself. I have a brief intermission to do this, so stand by. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm better. All right, here we go. Skeleton Man Diecast Collector. Hello, General. I just finished watch Escape from New York, and that movie will never get old. Run through. It came out in 1981. I love that movie. The problem I have with kids today, and by kids, I mean anybody younger than me. Anybody younger than me is a kid. Anybody older than me is an old man. That's just the way it is. Get used to it. Kids these days, anybody younger than me, they watch movies like Escape from New York, or they watch something that was filmed in the 70s or the 80s. And you know what they do? Oh, I couldn't watch that show. The special effects they ruined it for me. Then you're not a moviegoer. You're not. Quit pretending that you're a student of movies. Quit pretending that you're that you enjoy and you thrive and you're a movie participant. I am a movie participant. I am just as much a part of the movie as the actors, as the director, as the producer. Absolutely. Why? I'm the audience. I'm one of them. They do the entire movie so that a person will sit down and be absorbed by their movie. What good is a movie if nobody ever sees it? Okay? I am the tree that falls in the forest when nobody's there. I'm that tree. And I'm listening. I want to be absorbed by the movie. If I go to a movie, I want to shut everybody out. I want to sit there. If you want me to be angry, I want to get in there. I want to feel it. I want to be angry. If you want me to be sad, I want to be upset. I want to be upset. If it's laughing, I want to laugh. I want to, whatever you did, you spent $30 million making this movie. I'm in. I'm in. I paid my ticket. I got my popcorn. I got my drink. Let's go. I'm not there to pick it apart. And I hate people that do that, especially in the movies. Oh, that's not real. That's fake. That would never happen. You know, I'm part of the CIA, and we never do shit like that. Shut the fuck up. And get out of the movie theater, man. I'm here to overlook the silliness of it, the inconsistencies, as long as they're not glaring. And I'm trying to enjoy the movie. I want to enjoy the movie. I am a perfect person to watch a movie. Because I want to be part of it. I'm there. The dumbest thing is when people say, oh, you can't die cast into a movie, and a Skeleton Man in general watched that movie, and they got, I can't watch that with those two guys. It's the shit for the special effects, the story. Come on, man. You know what movie I watched the other night? And no, I didn't watch this with my wife. I watched the 1933 version of King Kong. I did. And I saw all the cheesy special effects from 1933. But I loved the way the movie made me feel. As the audience, they really did a good job. Especially, I can't even imagine what it was like back then. To have something so completely epic hit the screen and everybody go. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. It was my hats off, standing ovation for me. There are so many people that couldn't even watch it. Going, oh, I'm not watching that shit. But I also grew up as a kid watching Godzilla. I mean, did I know that he was stomping on little toy tanks? Yeah, probably, but I didn't care. The story kept going. The story was, I didn't stop on those things. You know, even if my mind registered, right on, man. That's the way I like to. I'm that way with TV shows. I'm that way with music. Nothing worse than when I'm trying to listen to a song for the second or third time, really understand it, pick it up, and there's someone in the passenger seat that won't shut the fuck up, even when they hear me turning it up. Don't. You know people like this. You know people that I've described. I have just described people you know by name. And right now you've all gone, oh, yeah, that's just Roger over there, and his destiny-oriented Jesus. Yeah, I know people. With the movies, come on. You know people like that. You know their name. They could be in the same room with you right now. Call them out. This is your free time to call them out. Look across the room and go, he's fucking talking about you. Try shutting the fuck up next time. Just saying. Leslie Mathis, she says she's here. I got that one. Doc Fly, got that one. Carl Gerard, got that one. Michelle M., $49.99, $50, half a C note. Turn my whole screen pink. I'm opening a chair store. She's opening a chair store called Shack of Sit. You can open a chair store calling it Shack of Sit. A chair fund. Be nice to your nurse. They choose your catheter size. Oh my God. I tell you, this girl I have to meet in real life. I got to meet her in person. You know what? I gotta hang out at her with a bar till it closes some night. I'm just telling you, the stuff she comes up with is beyond great. Those are nice. Those are absolutely priceless. Oh, for good God. Seeking the Truth member for 15 months got his big red one a while ago. Bottom of the Glass Nation member. The studio looks great. I hope you all are doing great. Been pretty busy with life, but following from afar. Y'all are awesome. Seeking the Truth's been around a little bit. He has contributed his time, his energy, and effort to the program on more than one occasion and helped us get through some pretty tough times, as a lot of you have. Thank you very much. Houdini, when and where is the barbecue going to happen? I have plenty of liquor, Houdini. You got to get invitation only. Email GenXMom at genxtalks.com. And it's Labor Day is the weekend there. Don't forward is only 45 minutes away from Bakersfield. Well, we are in the land of bake. You're close by. Get yourself an invitation and you can show up. Don't knock on the door without one. If you come to the barbecue on Labor Day and you don't have a ticket, you don't have an invitation, the Sun Valley Fox is going to be outside all night at the curb, checking coats, checking cars, and checking tickets. And he has vowed not to let anybody in. He has offered to stand out there all night while the party rages in the backyard. He has offered to do his diligence and stand a post. Now, unless Tomas shows up from Israel, he's doing it. All right. Papa Smurf. Ron, member for 5 months, Bottom of Glass Nation. I was the chariot repairman. Is that how old you are? Brandon Mitchell, member for 16 months, got his big red one. Member of KGXT Studios. Online cameras coming soon. The general will not tell you, but I will. Smash the like button. I'm horrible at that. Smash the like, ring the bell, subscribe, or whatever you're supposed to do. I'm not good at that. I know I'm supposed to be. It's a huge, huge, huge thing for the algorithm, and I'm the worst guy to self-promote. I'm sorry. The man they call Jay, member for 14 months, KGX Studios member. I am Spartacus. We are all in it together. General, do you have a joint? Man, it would be a cooler if you did. I don't have one right now. I do apologize. Chris Wilson, member for 5 months, Bottom of the Glass Nation. Chicks, man, chicks. I know that's what I was saying. I was telling you, she's sitting right over there, just fucking with me. She could have been in her office, but she's over there just needling me like this. Every time I turn around, I say something. I don't get it. The Disney Kid. I still have my application in there, right? If she becomes a free agent. Yeah, we did that where Gen X Mom became a free agent at contract renewal time, which is our anniversary. We don't call it an anniversary. We call it contract renewal, where we go over, the rules for the next year for our marriage. But I think she's still a free agent if I got it right. I don't remember. All right. Christina Dorvac, member for 2 months, Bottom of the Glass Nation. Love you all, Bottom of the Glass Nation family. Thank you. Christina, every one of us in here loves you back. You know that, right? It's true. Paul McDonald, the Big Bad Wolf 67. Remember the definition of alimony: the screwing you get for the screwing you got. Yeah. I hate that shit. All right. Let's pour another drink. Everybody get your glasses ready. Go in. No. Pull your drapes. Close the blinds. Put the dog out. Shut the door. Take the phone off the hook. And what do you mean you don't know what that means? I said take the phone off the hook. You don't know what take the phone off the hook means? For Christ's sake. Take the phone off. How did you kids get in here? Okay, listen. Do me a favor. When I said take the phone off the hook and you went Scooby-Doo on me, you went, ooh? Leave. No, hang up. Get off the live stream. Go do something else. If you don't know what leave the phone off the hook means and you don't know why I'm saying it, I really don't think you need to be here, okay? This is for grown-ups. I don't even want you sitting at the little kid table till you know what that phrase means. For Christ's sake, how do I... to the rest of you adults, take the phone off the hook and let's get back at it. Here we go. All right, where was I? Stuff. Oh, yeah. Let's try out the new format, shall we? Okay, here we go. Pressing a button. Now, remember when I go to pictures, what happens? I go to pictures, and it's half me and half the pictures. How about this? How about if we do this? Can you guys still see me? Now, look, it's your fault if you're on your phone. Be on a computer, be on a tablet, be on your television. Sun Valley Fox is in his living room with my big, fat, natural, wide ass up on a 120-inch Mitsubishi rear projection TV from 1992. Now, it's shitty, but I'm there. All right. All right, let's go through a couple things you guys need to know. This is one of them. Republican sounds the alarm on militarization of the IRS after it spent $10 million on weapons gear since 2020. We haven't really talked about this, but it's been in the news a bunch. Please pay attention. I'm going to summarize it for you. I'm not going to give you charts and graphs. I'm not going to give you links to websites. Let's just keep this simple. Let's just keep this common sense, all right? Nuts and bolts. Parts of the IRS are going to look like SWAT. SWAT, not squat. SWAT. Special Weapons and Tactics. They're going to be in the news at some point shortly, kicking indoors like the SWAT team serving a warrant on a terrorist. And it's going to be on us as Americans. Here's the problem. Here's the problem I've always wrestled with. Okay? We'll go over here. Let me finish this. In this situation, now this isn't just the IRS. It can be, let's say the police, local police were coming to your door and there was 20 of them. They were going to kick in the door and arrest you or search or do something. All right. If let's say the first dude through the door, you grabbed him and you shut the door. There was only one guy. And you said, I'm going to kill you to that guy. And he would respond with something like, I'm just doing my job. That scenario has played out in my head since I was 20 years old. How do you tell that guy, sorry, but you're part of a machine that you shouldn't be part of? You're part of a bad machine. You're part of a bad system. It's illegal what you're doing and it's wrong. Oh, I have a wife and kids. I'm just doing my job. I'm just like you. Do you shoot them? If you know what they're doing is illegal, if you know what they're doing is wrong, you know what people would say? No, you get arrested, you let them in, you fight the system legally, you get an attorney, and you go through the motions of the court. What if they're stacked against you? What if the court is not going to listen to reason? What if the court is not going to follow the law? So you had an illegal, made-up, invented situation with all these guys coming in. You have an illegal, made-up attorney situation where you lose because they're not going to listen to you. Provide evidence. You have to have your faith in the courts, but I got to tell you, courts are on shaky ground with me these days, especially with the Ninth Circus Court of Appeals that I live under. What do? Do you just tell them first that you're going to come through the door and good people are going to get shot because good people are doing the wrong thing? Do you announce it? Do you get on a PA? That's what I pictured. I get on a little PA system and say, if you're out in front of my house, you're here illegally. I don't care what they're telling you, you're wrong. You're going to get shot. And I'm sorry, but don't pretend you're innocent. Refuse to do what they're... What do? When it's all wrong, it's all illegal, and that the system's coming after you... But the person isn't illegal. The person isn't wrong. The person has a wife and kids he wants to go home to that night. He's just doing his job. I hate thinking about that because that whole I'm just doing my job means that I'm going to get shot. My wife's not going to have a husband. My kids aren't going to have a dad. And to quote Al Pacino, if it comes down to me or you, brother, you're going down. Personally, the way I feel, not advocating any sort of violence at all. Not that it matters. They're going to strip the stream from us anyway. They always do. Assholes. Yeah, so the Jason Aldean thing is still going on strong. People have spoken. Jason Aldean thanks his fans for support after small town backlash. I'm going on public notice for everyone right now in the entire country. You fucking lost. We won. You lost. We can have an opinion. We can have rights, just like you. And you tried to cancel him. Every media outlet that was on your side, other artists, other singers, Hollywood elite. You threw everything at him. But he was being held up by the people. Remember that? Remember that little thing at the beginning? We the people? Yeah, that's who was backing him up. You lost. And they'll quietly sweep it under the rug and like, well, you talk about Jason Aldean. They'll let it go because the more they talk, the higher on the charts his went all the way to number one. The more they pushed on him, the more guys like me spent money doing stuff to support him. And they caught on like, okay, just stop talking about it. Let's move on to something else. You lost that round. You got a big fucking L in your column. And it keeps happening, doesn't it? Remember a while back when Kyle Rittenhouse, that kid had that gun defending his city? Remember that? He was defending the city, I believe, the whole thing. And they found him innocent under a court of law, thankfully. You got a big L on that one, and I could list 100 more because the pendulum is swinging back the other way, and you fuckers can't stop it. Remember what I told you, folks. Remember what I told you. When the pendulum swings back the other way and the Me Too movement is crushed and the woke agenda is crushed and the Democrats lose and the liberals are having to regroup, a lot of them are going to say, especially in the media, no, we were with you the whole time. No, I was totally on your side. No, I was with you. Bullshit. Don't let them change sides. Remember that. Remember your friends. Remember people at the office. Remember people you bumped into at the park. Remember them when the pendulum swings the other way, when they say, oh, no, I was with this. I know I'm totally with you, Jason. I'm my guy, Jason Aldean. Bullshit. Please. That day's coming. I know you guys are still skeptical, but things like this and Bud Light and Target, they show you. The pendulum is swinging. Good men and women are standing up. Don't let them change sides. I implore you, please don't let them change sides. All right, where was I? Yeah, okay, something real quick here. I watch the NBA with my son. I don't care for LeBron James at all. I don't like LeBron James. He's an arrogant ass. But his son, Bronny, he had a heart attack of some sort and he was literally in ICU. He got out, but this is a kid who's trying to live under a pretty big shadow, and he was going to be making millions of dollars in the NBA. Having a heart attack during practice would call into question his ability to play from now on. This will affect him and how he's viewed and the money he can make and the job he gets. Might be the best thing for him if he lives through it and everything's good. And he has to I had a heart attack. I had to get out of the NBA. Sorry, Dad. And he goes on to do something else with his life. Maybe. I don't know. I don't like LeBron James at all. But I never want to see a kid get hurt for anything, especially something like this. So I'm glad he's okay and getting better. And I am aware that's going to affect his scholarships, his basketball. And I'm watching. But I want you guys to know, I don't like the dude on the right. I do like the dude on the left. He's a kid who's trying to please his dad, as we all have. All right. We have a few no shit moments, so let's get through those. We haven't done those in a while. Biden's narrative on never discussing business deals with Hunter crumbles. Yeah, again, what was it he said? I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know what my son was doing. I was the vice president of the United States. How was I going to know what my son was doing? I have no resources to know what my son's doing. I'm just a parent. How would I know what my son's doing? And every time they turn around now, every time they declassify a document, what does it say? It's him, or it's Hunter talking about him, or it's Hunter talking to him, or it's some government agency talking to Biden about his son. So I'm just going to file this under no shit. We all know you knew what your son was doing. We all know that you made a bunch of money off it. We got it. At least my generation does. It's common sense. We all fucking know. Shut the fuck up, dude. The press comes out and says, so you just want to slap and go, stop fucking talking. We all know, goes all the way back. We know OJ killed his wife. We know. I don't care what the court says. We know. We're not stupid. There may be stupid people raised after us, but not us. No, 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 no. That's a no shit moment. No shit. All right. Oh, here's one that I thought was funny. In Austin, Texas, police launch a podcast addressing the ongoing impact of the 2020 defunding. Because remember what liberals said? Do you remember this? Liberals were huge for about 3 months. Defund the police. Everything defund the police. That was a huge fucking thing. Remember those words? First thing they did was they tried to say, well, we did when it all started, when the shit started hitting the fan after police departments became defunded. And I remember this clearly. I was there just like you. Defund the police. Well, we don't mean defund, not necessarily defund, take their money. Let's reorganize the money. Let's just move the money around and we'll get some training. That's the first thing they did. They tried to say, well, we didn't mean defund. We just meant defund this area, but move the money to this area. That was the first lie. Famous for that. Every big city did that same thing. Bunch of bullshit. Then the next thing was, well, we weren't the ones saying it. It was the Republicans. They actually said, go look it up. They actually came out for about a 3-month stretch. Well, it wasn't us that was saying that. We're just trying to fix the situation of this whole defund the police. It wasn't us. It was the Republicans that were saying it. Go listen to them. No, it was you assholes. You dipshits. So a lot of places lost a lot of funding, and it's kind of weird. Didn't see this coming. Crime went up, way up. In Austin, they launched a podcast, which I've only read some snippets from it, but it's a lot of, hey, did you see that thing going on over there where everybody got all fucked up? Yeah. We've lost 500 officers. So we're a little thin in that area. So, yeah, that guy got away with it. That guy shot people, and this shit happened. Crime has gone through the roof. The percentages, the numbers, there's no hiding. It's just statistics. It's just facts. It's just statistics of what's going on. Now they're on a podcast going, this is your fucking fault. And they're calling people out by name. And they're calling out agencies and contracts that were not renegotiated. I like it. I wish, see, if it was me, I'd fuck it all up. But if it was me, I'd have a police scanner going, and I'd let you guys hear the police scanner, and I'd just be sitting there with my drink going, oh, that motherfucker's getting away. Yeah, there's only one cop car chasing him, and he's going through, and yeah, he's going to get away. Why? Because there's no police. So, what are we going to do about that shit? All right. Hang on one second. Let me switch screens here. Boom, 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 boom. What do you want?
Popping in. Watching you.
Why are you here? The red light in the studio was on.
That's why I knocked.
The red light in the studio was on. That motherfucker. I was doing a good thing here, man. I was telling a story with stuff.
Guys.
All right. What do you want?
Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
Guys, this is amazing.
Isn't it? It's a studio.
I know, right?
You want to know what it looks like for you guys looking at the camera? There he is. Look at him hunkering down behind. You see? I like how the ladder's in the way here. That's a good scene.
It really adds to the...
That ladder really ties the room, ties the studio together, does it not? All right. So yeah, what do you want?
I gotta pitch something to you guys.
Top
of my head, I gotta
Give him a mic, somebody said. Get over here, kid.
get over there on mic 2, or do you want mic 3?
I have my mic over here.
I don't know what mic you're on.
Where did my chair go?
Nail lover said, hey, CEO, you don't knock when the red light is on. It's like a sock on the doorknob.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was suck. We could have been in here naked for all he knows, and he fucked it all up.
Everybody's saying hi to you.
Hey, is my mic on?
All right.
My mic on?
What mic is yours?
The one that it's mic. I think it's mic 3.
Okay, go.
Is it going? Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, you're on.
Okay, so my idea to you fine folks in the bottom of the glass nation is, let me give you a little backstory here. Gen X mom loves making homemade pizza. She's good at it. I love it. It's amazing.
Oh, I got to agree. I love her homemade pizza.
Oh, it's to die for.
It is.
When I cook a frozen pizza, I'm really diving into the sad college student stereotype. So I have a great idea. Gen X mom is moderating another cooking stream of Gen X dad and I making homemade pizza. We're going to get random ingredients. We're going to be throwing random cheeses together. I don't know what's going to happen. That dough is not going to be good because I like thick crust. He likes thin crust. And we can't settle in the middle because then we'll both hate it.
I can go either way. My door, in that area of life, my door swings both ways. I have lifestyle changes like you wouldn't believe because I do like thin crust. I do like thick crust. I can go. Now I want a fucking pizza.
Okay, well, let me change that. I prefer thick crust. He prefers thin crust. There.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think another cooking show is in order, but a cooking show of us making pizza, I think, is just enough difficulty for me to lose my lid. And
I will lose my mind.
yeah.
Your microphone's on.
So the problem is that my pizza crust I have to pre-make it.
Yeah,
So-
you're gonna teach us how to pre-make. You're gonna tell
No.
us
Just have her make the crust.
No, we gotta make.
It'll
the
be a
crust.
really short
Okay,
show.
well, I'll make some, and then you guys have to make your own, and whoever is better you use.
Okay.
How's
No.
that?
We should just use both. It could be a two-part.
That's what she said. Who's ever better? Let's just make them both. Let's make a bunch of pizzas.
Yeah, I think it could be a two-part stream.
So you want to do a cooking show where we're making pizzas?
That would
Yeah.
be hilarious.
That's hilarious. Yeah,
That would
the
be so
freaking chicken fettuccine thing we made last time. Besides the chicken actually coming out a lot better than I thought, and me burning some of the noodles, it went great.
Do you know why? Because when it was my turn to stir, I was stirring. You didn't.
Okay,
That's
Well,
why.
anyways, that's all I had to say. I also like it here in the studio. It's nice.
Wait, hold on. So you can see where he's at. See where he's at? They can still hear you. You're on mic.
Hold on. Let me just.
Whoa. Where are you going? Oh, you're putting the ladder away.
Scott Royston says we should make them for the barbecue.
Talk into your mic, woman.
Scott Royston says we should make them for the barbecue.
We could. Okay, so see the kid over there? This is a different. We still have no decorations up. We got nothing on the walls yet, but that's him. That's where he sat down with his mic, and he's talking into his mic, and you guys can
Yeah,
hear
I'm
him.
talking this mic right here.
All right.
Where's the camera? Which one?
It's up. It's
There.
up.
This one?
Yeah, you're looking right at it.
If you ever want to know where the camera is, you just like do a little circle around.
Yeah.
You know.
If you're looking at the live stream, which I don't. Oh, we forgot to put the live stream up on the monitor. All right. So, all right. Let's be done. All right.
Okay,
So I'm
that's
turning.
all I had to say. I love you, fine folks, and I will catch you guys. I'm gonna say it.
Don't say my line, man.
I'm gonna catch you guys.
Yeah, I cut him off right as he said it. Some of you, in fact, none of you know this. None of you know this fact at all, but when my wife worked for a couple years at the Edible Schoolyard teaching kids planting seeds all the way to creating meals, and they brought their parents in for these meals. It was a great job to have, a lot of fun working for the kids. It wasn't much money, but she was there for the kids. And they had a real brick pizza oven. And we've always wanted one. And right about the time we were getting ready to buy one, we were saving up some money to buy one, because the one we want is about, they make them like $300-600, but the one we wanted was a domed one. It was about $2,400. And the kid and I we were going to make bricks for the thing underneath it to hold the wood. It was going to be great. It's a beautiful brick fire deal. And then, the studio came along last October, and we started all the projects and things we thought we were doing. We took the money and we're putting them towards a pizza oven. But so if we do a cooking show, it would be indoors. But at some point, when all the dust settles from all this, we would love to have our own pizza oven outside, because she makes the most delicious homemade pizzas ever. And I would love to be the guy slipping that inside and pulling it out hot and ready, if you know what I mean. I would love to be that guy, but but nobody knows that story, because there's a ton of things, a ton of little dreams that we had and things we were going to do that we set aside for the studio further down the road. But anyway, yeah, the pizza oven, I'd do that. I'd do another cooking show indoors with a pizza. I can make a pizza. I can make it really good. I am 1/1 billionth Italian, because, as all of us know, that we all have a choke point. We all came from Adam and Eve. We all came from Noah and his family. At some point, we're all related in one fashion or another. End of story. All right, so if you got Italian in you because you're Italian, I've got Italian in me because you're Italian. Let that sink in. All right, where was I? Back to the pictures. All right. Before we were so rudely interrupted, no shit. Podcast, no. Actually not. Yeah, this is a quick one. Yeah, it's stupid, but it's funny. Debunked. Top House Democrats' claim of outraising GOP rival proven false. Yeah, it's kind of weird. People can count. in the Republican Party. They can. And they're like, we raised 10 times more money than you. We raised more money than you. We got more money than you. And some dude is sitting off with a calculator going, no, you don't. And then he did it again and said, I've added it up twice. No, you don't. I'm going to put this under another no shit. The liberals lied? No. Come on. Surely not. All right, moving on. Oh, yeah, this one's good, too. Feels like this one. Hillary Clinton blames MAGA Republicans for making it hot outside during the summer. Okay. I got a drink before I can even read that one again. Hillary Clinton blames MAGA Republicans. So, not only is the Republican Party fucking up climate change, but the MAGA Republicans are responsible for the heat wave. So, a percentage of the conservatives, a percentage of the Republican Party is fucking up the environment so bad, we've made it hot. Well, it's not too hot. Hillary, your plastic face hasn't melted yet. That's a pretty decent picture of you, actually, so you're okay. All right. This was a throwback. Someone asked me about this. I was a guest on a live stream a while back, and someone asked me about aliens on Mars. And why was it thought aliens on Mars? Well, because we didn't know there could be the possible aliens everywhere. We thought if there was other aliens, they had to be on a planet like us. But this picture came out in 1976. On this day in history, July 25th, 1976, NASA captures face on Mars photo. Now, I don't remember that as a kid on that day. I don't remember how long it took to filter down to me because I didn't give a shit. I was playing Hot Wheels and trying to steal Playboys from construction sites at that time. But I remember when I was still young when I saw it and I was like, yeah, no fucking way. There's aliens on Mars. They built some cool shit like the pyramids, and then something happened, and now they're all dead. But some of their artifacts are still. It's undeniable. There's a face on Mars. That's some fucking, that's a big thing like the Sphinx, man. That's their Sphinx. It just fell over. Oh, yeah. When I was a kid, I was like convinced. Now, I'm not saying it was Marvin the Martian from like Bugs Bunny. Remember him? I'm going to destroy the Earth with my P-4032 modulator. Not that guy. Not a goofy Martian. No. This is a real Martian. And I knew it. I was convinced that about this time in life, sometimes 10 or 11 years old, I was convinced that there was Martians, real people on Mars, and I was convinced that Bigfoot was real. And I told the story before. I asked my mom, I said, okay, I have the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot, and there was something else I asked too, some other mythical creature. I said, which one's the closest to us here in Los Angeles? And she goes, well, I guess Bigfoot. And I knew I had a top bunk bed next to a window. I knew that Bigfoot was going to be tapping on the glass of my window, level with my bunk bed, looking in. It never occurred to me that he would have to walk by thousands of other houses. This is in 1,200 miles from the Pacific Northwest. I just knew that he was going to, in a straight line, he was going to walk and he was going to end up right at my window in the bushes and the trees out front of my house in Van Nuys, California at 7738. Well, where did I live? 7738 Outlaw Avenue. I think that was it. Tapping on the glass. I knew he was going to be there. Scared the shit out of me. Aliens on Mars, not so much. Pretty far away. And if something fucked them up and they lost their civilization, they probably couldn't get here. I mean, it's a long ways to go. Plus, we had the Marines. All right. Okay, this one I can relate to. Now, why did I say that out loud? This one I personally can relate to. I don't know her. You guys know who this is? Miss Lambert, if you will. She stopped a concert right in the middle of a song. She had I listened to the song. I'm not a fan. I don't know any of her work, but she was singing this very emotional song, a very serious song, a very heartfelt song. And she stopped in the middle of it because girls were taking selfies. Now, I'm assuming they were taking selfies because they were really close. If she could see what they're doing and complain, they had to be pretty close. Wouldn't you agree? Good. And she stopped them. Stop the song. She told them stop the song. And she says, "You girls are being disrespectful. You guys are taking pictures. You're taking selfies. I'm in the middle of a concert. I'm in the middle of a show. I'm in the middle of and they're not paying attention." Now, why did I say I can relate to that personally? I don't know her, so it's not that level. I wasn't at the concert, not that level. I've never been to one of her concerts, not that level. But what I mean by that is I kind of get what she's saying, because she got upset that she was out there trying to convey a message and people weren't listening. There was a time about a year ago, this became a little bit of a problem for me. Please let me explain. In the comment section, I used to look over, and I'm in the middle of telling a story. I'm in the middle of relaying something I think is pretty fucking cool or valuable or interesting. And you fuckers are in the comment section arguing over McDonald's and Burger King, which one's better. Or I look over and someone's like, "Well, you're full of shit. You know, it's much colder in Boston in the wintertime than Michigan." And I'm like, are you fuckers even listening to what I'm saying? This was back when, I'll tell you who I talked to was Allie from Boston when she was on staff here before she left over a year ago. I called her and I go, "What the fuck, man? Am I boring? Why do people come into a live stream and then talk with each other?" I go, "I don't understand. I thought they were here to talk to me. I was here to talk to them. They write comments to me. I say comments back to them. I mean, what the fuck?" I mean, there was one time I sat there in a live stream and I said, "Hey, fucker, you," and I called the guy out by name. I said, "I'm just going to sit here until you're done fucking talking." And he kept talking to someone else, kept talking to someone else, and kept talking to someone else. And I really had to get over myself. I did. I had to get over myself. This went on for probably 6 weeks and I was really struggling with it. And then I had to realize this is a fucking online radio show and I'm not that important. And what I'm saying is really only interesting at that level to me. But at that moment, I really thought that people should be listening to me. I thought it was disrespectful. I'm like, dude, if you're going to climb in here and talk to me. Go somewhere else and talk to each other. I had that mentality. I was wrong. People are probably, I can't see the comment section, but people right now are probably talking to each other in the comment section. They have no fucking clue that I'm making fun of them in the comment section. They have no idea. But I get what she's saying now that I've put myself in check and realized that I'm not special, I'm not important, and everything I'm saying is just fucking dribble anyway. And I'm thankful people are listening. I'm thankful people are in the comment section. At least people are in our comment section talking to each other and not in someone else's live stream talking to each other. I became very grateful for that fact. I had to kind of question Miranda Lambert on that and say, don't do that. Shut the fuck up. Don't worry about it. They're at your concert. They paid a bunch of money for your ticket. Give your show to the people that are listening. Let them fucking take their selfies and just let it go. So I have never just stopped the live stream since that time, since I pulled my head out of my ass. Whoa, I did that. It happened. It was a real noise. She needs to do that too. She needs to hear that noise. Then she'll be better. But I get the premise of why she was doing it. I get the premise on why she was saying it. I do. I understand it. It's not right. She's wrong. I was wrong. And she got to get over it the way I did. She has to put her life in perspective the way I did. Shut the fuck up. Plus, she's sitting on millions of dollars in cash. Okay, that's a pretty soft landing compared to a guy who cashes in aluminum cans when he wants a steak dinner. Okay, there's a difference. All right, I'm going to get yelled at if I don't go between the sheets here because my wife hates when she's in the sheets waiting for me and I'm late to arrive. All right, let me see if I can blow through the sheets. Mike Gatson, good evening, General. I'm new here. Really enjoy you and the family. Mike, it's like a first date. Just relax. I'll do all the work, I promise. Stevie Jean, welcome to being an extra. Please tell me you guys, I missed it when Stevie Jean's name went by. Please tell me you guys were nice enough to welcome Stevie to the group. Please I hope all of you said something. If you didn't, shame on you. Boss Hogs, General, what's your opinion on the U.S. soldier crossing to North Korea? I don't know. They're trying to play it off like the dude was out of his mind. I don't think he's out of his mind. I think he's a fucking he's bored and weird and a millennial and an attention seeker. And he's like, I'm going to be famous. Because he is. He's going to be famous. He's famous now. But imagine if he gets out, he's going to be more famous then. He's a Brittany Griner thing all over again, only he did it on purpose. Michelle M. Turn my whole screen yellow, $9.99. Ramen, Scooby-Doo, ending a prayer hooch. Ramen, Scooby-Doo, ending a prayer hooch. Yeah, Michelle, I love you, but you lost me on that one. Chuck McCann, love to see you, General. Discuss these topics with respectable following. It's so hard to do this on the platform. Keep speaking the truth. Signed, a late Gen Xer. Chuck, appreciate you, man. No, I'm serious. If you got any semblance of clocking with me, then I'm with you, man. Thank you for chiming in. Say something. I appreciate you. The Shoeless one, Shoeless Joe Jackson, $5. 136 people watching. Hit that like button. Christina Dorvac gifted 5 memberships to Gen X Talks. Crystal Q, Phi Wallace, the Mushroom Head something, Amanda Libby, Home of the Brave. You guys can all peek behind the curtain when the show's over. Go to the go to the community section in Gen X Talks on YouTube, and you can look behind the stuff you couldn't see before. PayPal from Mrs. Four Watton, $50. Wow, you just moved everything. For the barbecue meat, we are going to have some good eats. And I'm still hoping that Mrs. Fort Watton does a surprise visit. I'm praying for that, as a matter of fact. Tomash, $60, our number one guy, our highest ranking guy over there in Israel. We love him. As the General mentioned in the last broadcast, I am here happily and without my doctor updated medications to a dose that is worth happiness in a barrel of excellent Tennessee whiskey with a friend with refined cannabis aroma. What a perfect picture, Tomash. Grab that weapon, stand opposed, and defend us all. Mrs. Fort Watton, $20 for all the extras who just can't stop chatting because we love it. I think Mrs. Four felt called out on that. Mrs. Four, are you an instigator of chatting during a live stream? For shame, Mrs. Four. For shame. Oh, bless her heart. She just got all that in a bucket of chicken. Seth Tollinson, $9.99. I'm only 26. Talked to your boy about the Indiana FFA several times. God bless you both. Old school question from a 1%er family from out west. 81 or Mongols Bandidos. If you're talking about motorcycle gangs, I am never going on record talking about that at all. Not even a little bit. And there's reasons for that. Michelle M. Ramen, amen, Scooby-Doo style. Never heard him say it. That must have been the new version of Scooby-Doo, not the old one. All right, let me go back in here and see if there's something I missed. Let me check my book of lies. I wrote some stuff down. The podcast, it said that being gun. You know what? There's so much stuff in here. We can save this for next time segment. It's 7:17. I know sometimes we used to go 3 hours. I don't know if the Sun Valley Fox was listening or not. Now, listen, here's what I'll do. I will promise you, today's Tuesday. On Thursday's show, you guys always ask me for personal stories. You guys always ask me for stories about Gen X Mom and I. I can't tell some of them when her brother is watching. But if I get confirmation that he will not be, he doesn't ever watch a live stream on repeat. His wife has to click it on the TV in front of him. But if he's ever for sure not going to be here, I promise you, I'll give you some of the juicy tidbits you've been looking for. I promise I will. Let me pour another drink, and we can all say goodnight. One for you, one for me, and one we're going to pour out on the ground so the Russians don't get it. That's some Cold War humor there, but I don't expect you to understand. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being part of the Gen X Talks Nation. I appreciate all of you. We would be nothing without you. I'm going to drink this one for you guys right now. Raise a glass with me. Don't make me drink alone. You know I hate that part. No chaser, no training wheels the whole night. Someone give me props. All right, listen, I do got to go. I do. I gave you pictures of the studio. I gave you camera 1, and I gave you camera 2, and I gave you camera 1, and now we're back on me, which is where you want to be anyway. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for wasting time with us. If you had an hour of your evening to waste, what better place to waste it than with Gen X Talks? We love you guys. We wouldn't be anything without you. Thank you for everything you've done to get in the studio to this point. We couldn't have done it without you. We're still going, but we're the fine tuning is upon us. If you guys are part of Patreon or you're part of the membership program, you saw the big paragraph today. 12 things about the studio that you didn't know. We wrote them in, got it handled. What else? Greetings from Portugal, sir. I wish I could have a beer with you from a 40-year-old guy to raise my glass to you, sir. Didn't say who it was, but thank you very much. Loud One dropped in $5 with the whiskey glasses being raised. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Wherever you go, there you are. Thank you for tuning in, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps some of you are tuning in from the Armed Service Radio Network. We appreciate every single viewer that takes the time to tune in. It's your valuable time, and you give it to us. Remember one thing, wherever you go, there you are. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. That's right. I said it.